taping down here, it's not going to do anything. If you're taping up here, then it's like you're pressing on your wrist, on your hand, okay? So you can, if you want, rip the tape off first and then place it on, or you can just wind it around there. And you can go pretty tight around the wrist, because there's no like full big muscles going across it. So if you're just taping the wrist, a minimum of 3. Are these anchors or stirrups?
Anchors.
Good.
Can you get different thickness in tape?
No, but there are some adhesive sort of foamy things you can get, but not in terms of like thickness, only in width. Okay, so there's a minimum of 3, and then you can do obviously more and more and more. So there's not like this strict, you can only do 3 stirrups, all that kind of stuff. You can do as many as you like in regards to how much support they need. Okay, so you can feel that that sort of pulls through there.
Yeah.
Okay, you're still going to get some movement, but you can actually add a lot more if you need more support, and depending on how full on the sport is. So if you're a goalkeeper, you probably would want more. And you can overlap the tape quite a bit as well, so it doesn't have to be all in line. Okay, alright, if we look at the thumb, so that's how it looks like on the bottom. Okay, the less creases the better. Okay, now with the thumb, you're going to probably find this a little bit tricky at first. If you were just doing the thumb, then you would just put 1 anchor. If it's for thumb and wrist, then you'd put a minimum of 3. Okay, so I'm going to start at the front, attaching this. Then I want to go across this joint here. Okay, come around. You got to be gentle around the thumb, because otherwise it's going to reduce blood flow to the thumb and it will fall off. I'm joking. Okay, there's 1. So you start at the front and you end at the back. Okay, use the other side of the tape. If you find that you're spending most of your time undoing tape, just put it in the bin, cut and flush, get another one. Okay. Okay, overlap it a little bit, go around the thumb, and then come back to here. Okay, now let's say if I had like a little triangle sticking out. Okay, if you see any triangles, plug it. Okay, by plugging it, I mean get a little bit of tape and sticking it on there. Why do you reckon that is?
Because it'll lift and get stuff stuck in it.
Not necessarily, because you're like very vascular. As you're moving a lot, your skin will start poking out of it and the tape will start cutting it. So if you put some tape over top of it, then it will stop the skin popping out and then cutting the skin. Last thing you're going to do is going to put 1 over top like that to support over top. Now what you do at the start, you do at the end. So what am I going to put around? The anchor around. So you got to put it at the end because it stops any sort of lifting of any little bits of tape and stuff like that that are from the stirrups. Okay? And there is your wrist and thumb. Do you reckon you can have a go?
Why would you do that? Because he's got
So this one would be for any wrist injuries.
Yep.
And it's the same thing because it's only like, it's a simple joint. So any wrist injuries, you just put the tape around and wrist like that, pretty simply. So if you need any thumb support, so particularly if you're a goalkeeper, okay, then this actually stops that joint from dislocating. It acts as stronger ligaments around there and supports it a lot better. So even if you're volleyball players and stuff like that, you get like fingers jarred, everything like that, that will actually prevent that from happening. So basically it's for prevention. If you were to tape the fingers, let's say, how do you know what finger to tape to what? So you kind of use another finger as a splint. So if let's say you've hurt this finger, what finger would you attach it to?
Your middle finger, wouldn't
Yeah, your largest finger. Okay, I did that by accident to my pinky and it bent that way. That was very unfair. So tape it to the largest finger. Okay, so you go below the joint, okay, and above the joint. If you need to prevent the actual joint from moving here, then you'd have a splint here and then tape around that way. Okay, so above and below, so they can still move, but they're not going to go walking about and dislocating again, or whatever the injury is. Okay, all right, find a partner, get to know